Now, hashtag Hope for Kylie is a fundraising campaign for 3-year-old Kyleigh Kista, who was diagnosed with a complex congenital heart defect at birth. The child needs urgent help within the next 3 months. For more on the story, I'm joined by Serina Kista, Kylie's mother, on how the public can help. Serina, very good morning. Thank you for speaking to us. Talk to us about the challenges that Kylie has been facing.
Hugo, firstly, thank you for giving me this platform to bring my daughter's case to the public. Kylie has faced a tremendous journey over the last 3 years and 10 months. Her condition is very complex, and her surgeons have struggled over the last 3 years. She's been through 3 open heart surgeries, countless non-invasive procedures to get her heart to the point where she can have the repair. And a month ago, we received feedback from her surgeons that they've explored all options and there's no alternatives left in South Africa except a heart and lung transplant. And for Kylie, that's never been done in this country before. There's a lack of donors and a lack of experience when it comes to a heart-lung transplant. And they advised us to go to the US for care, which we did. So we've approached Boston Children's Hospital in the US, and they are able to do an innovative procedure to repair Kylie's heart. But it comes at a huge price tag. So the cost of Kylie's surgery is $295,000. That is at the discounted rate from the hospital. And our medical aid does not...
$295,000 United States dollars.
Yes. That needs to be covered for her cost, and it has to be paid 15 days before we even get a visa letter. So from a person who has, we can try everything and we would not be able to come up with that amount of money. So my sincere plea to the public is to hear Kylie's case, to spread the word so that we could raise enough money to get there in time. Our hope and prayer now is to spread her story wide and far so we can get people to give us support. So it's really a plea from a desperate mother to save the life of my child.
Serina, we're going to come back to the numbers in a moment. But what I'd just like to focus on, obviously, is she's 3 years old, 3 surgeries in 3 years for a little child. How's she coping with that, and how have you coped with it?
So Hugo, she's such an amazing child, and I must say that it's the grace of God that she's overcome so much. And her surgeries are not just the battles that she's faced. I mean, she's been through many things. Her heart stopped after the first surgery. Her ribs were broken during one of the procedures. She's been through pneumonia, RSV, Boca virus. She went into kidney failure. And through it all, she always has a smile on her face. She pushes through the pain, and she always tries to make us feel better, even though she's going through so much. And I can tell you the only way we cope is only through the grace of God, because it's not possible to do this on your own strength.
I can only imagine, Serina. It's heart-wrenching to even hear you talk about it. Now, at some point, you'd lost all hope until you made contact with the Boston Children's Hospital and discovered that there were procedures that they've been carrying out successfully for many years. What did this mean to you when you made this discovery?
So obviously when we had explored other options in South Africa, so we did approach other heart institutes to seek a second opinions for Kylie within South Africa, and all of the CT surgeons came back with the same feedback that a heart-lung transplant was the only option. And when we reached out to Boston, we expected the same feedback. So for us, when we got that feedback, it gave us new life, new hope for Kylie. So we clinging on to that to get her there in time. It's given us new life. The issue that we have is that we don't have the luxury of time at the moment.
Fully understand that. Now, what will the surgery do for Kylie's condition?
So the surgery is called a unifocalization, and in simple terms, what they will do is take her existing anatomy and rebuild the blood flow to her heart and lungs instead of replacing the whole heart-lung system. Her heart is compromised at the moment, so she survives on 2 collateral arteries, and one of the arteries have started to close. if it closes completely, the option of surgery is off the table. So the doctors estimate that we have a couple of months before they can get to that stage. So if we get her there sooner, they're able to take her in for an initial procedure to open up the collateral artery with a stent, and then 3 days later she would need to go in for the unifocalization, which would rebuild the blood flow into her heart.
Now, Serina, you've come onto this platform, obviously, to make a plea to the public of South Africa. The idea is to raise 295,000 United States dollars. How much is this in South African rands, if you don't mind, or if you don't have a calculator close to me?
So it's around between 4.6 and 5 million rand. So the cost of $295,000 is only for the surgery. It doesn't include post-operative care. It doesn't include flights or accommodation for Kylie. So it's just the surgery that that is that amount of cost. So obviously we're trying to get as much. We're not sure if she would need any alternative care afterward, if she has to pick up any viruses. So that is also another issue that we need to look at. But we're looking at just for the surgery around between 4.6 and 5 million rand.
Now, Serina, talk to us about how you can be reached. I know that there are thousands of South Africans that are watching right now and would like to give whatever they can to this cause.
So I have created a Facebook page for Kylie called Breakthrough for Kylie. We also have a Gmail account called hopeforkylie@gmail.com. You can also reach me on my mobile phone. My number is 082-659-8067. So if you go through social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, we're trying every option to get her story out, and any of the social media platforms you will find Hope for Kylie and you can reach us.
Serina, I'm going to ask you to give us those contacts once again, just in case anybody didn't quite get them the first time.
Thank you. So on Facebook, the Facebook group is called Breakthrough for Kylie. The Gmail account is hopeforkylie@gmail.com, and on my mobile number you can get me on 082-659-8067.
Serina, we certainly wish you all the best and appreciate you coming on to the show. We wish you lots of strength during this time. Breakthrough for Kylie is the Facebook page if you're in a position to assist. And that's a situation that we're talking about where Kylie, 3-year-old Kylie, suffers a heart condition and needs to go to the United States for treatment.